What's up, fuckers? Alright, this is my Venator class Star Destroyer Starfield build tutorial. It uses C-class materials and Starship Design Rank 2 materials because that's currently as far as I am in this game. Some of us have lives, some of us have jobs. Not all of us can sit on Reddit all day farming karma. So, unfortunately, this is as far as I am. And if you don't like it, suck my dick. I am just going to go straight into the build guide. You're going to notice that my mic gets a lot quieter, and that is because I wouldn't take the time and effort to actually properly set it up. So enjoy. I hope you get it looking like this. You should. Oh, and I built this when I was rank A. So I'm going to show you alternate builds, sort of, or alternate parts you can use to make this if you're also a well-adjusted member of society like I am and have a job and can't spend 24 hours a day playing Starfield. So, thank you guys, and welcome. Alright, we got this whole shit pulled apart. Let me take you through it. I'll explain it step by step. We're going to start at the aft, which is the back for everybody who hasn't read Moby Dick. So, this is your landing bay. It's going to be a 120 LD landing bay by Demos. I recommend using Demos for the parts here. It just kind of fits well. That, you got your choice of 2x1 Demos hab in front of that. It does need to be a hab piece because it's going to have to connect to the bow of the ship. On the very front section of your hab, you're going to put some cargo crates here. So these are, what are these? These are Starship Design Rank 2. So if you want, you can replace these. You don't have to use these exact cargo pieces, but I do recommend not using a full-size piece. What I mean. Okay, so you use these. Let me just kind of put it together, and you'll see what I mean. It's gonna look weird. It's not gonna look like a Venator class. Okay, see that? I don't have a picture of a Venator class. Maybe I'll put it up on the screen, but there is a noticeable cut in here on this section. So if you use a full-size piece that's the full size of a hab, it's gonna look weird. So you can use the pieces I used. I used them because they have very good cargo size. It's gonna be the Caravel V104 cargo hold. Or alternatively, if you're an A-class card, you can. Oh yeah, it was these. This one's got higher capacity. So you're gonna be getting about 380 capacity with both of these on. But at least it looks how it should look. But if you've got some high ranks, then go with the high capacity. Again. Alright. Show you one half of this here because it's exactly the same on this side, just mirrored. And remember to mirror it. So, got here is the AccuLander 11 landing gear from Stroud Eklund. You have your, I put a hull here. You can actually put, yeah, you can put a hab here if you want. But these these hull pieces can either be hulls or halves. Just use Demos. Have side here a Nova Cowling 2L SF. Behind that is an Ammon 3 engine. 4 pieces. Put them together like this. The other side, just do the same thing except mirror this cowling. Should have something. Move on to the bow. Go with the middle section since it's easiest. This is just a 5x1 section of halves in any order to your heart's desire. I like to put the shields here because if not, there's not really another good spot you can put them that I've found at least. You might be able to here actually. Yeah, this is the only spot that I've found that's symmetrical that you can place your shields with this setup. So I like to put them here and then just paint in the same color. It kind of blends in. If you don't want to do that, you can just use this same Demos Spine B piece and put that in this section. Then on the top, you're just going to do the same spine pieces until the last one is a Demos Spine A4. That is it for that. Your choice of shields, obviously. The side pieces for the bow are just going to be Demos hulls or habs. These can be hulls or habs, the same thing. In front of your 2x1 section of Demos hull or hab, you're going to use the same landing gear you used before, AccuLander 11 landing gear. In front of that is a Nova Cowling 2L SF. Side your landing gear and hull piece is a Demos Wing A starboard. And then behind that is a Demos bumper starboard aft. And as you can see here, on the very last section of the hulls or halves is a porthole top. And don't worry about the paint job. I'm going to go through and show you all the paint settings, and I mean, I'm sure you can figure it out on your own too. Once you have this done, you can do the same thing, just mirror the cowling, mirror the wing, and mirror the bumper. Have that. Piece that bitch all together. So, what you got so far, or something like this. You're gonna be starting to see it come together here. Now we're gonna work on the lower or wait, actually, might as well put on. So, you want to keep this C-class here. This is the engine to do it. This looks actually pretty fucking close to the actual engines on the Star Destroyers. Supernova 2000 engine. Like I said, it is C-class. You don't have access to C-class. You can use these guys. These guys look pretty nice. There we go. pretty nice too. I do think the other ones fit a tad better though. These are B class. All right. Well, if not, you don't have access to B class. Put a bunch of these bitches all over the back. Showing it for those B class users. This is your whole lower piece. Break it down though. So, for any of you guys who built this before or coming here to see the fix, all you got to do is the reactor was in this section right here, and then you had a whole piece here, and there was cargo bay up top and a thruster down here. So you're gonna have to delete the cargo bay and the thruster. Delete this engine or the reactor here and move it to the back. Your choice of reactor. You could do a 2x2x1 or a 2x2x2 reactor. Your choice. And then your choice of hull here. It needs to be a hull. And have a 1x1 plus a 1x1, or like I did, 2x1. And Stroud Eklund looks nice here because if you see on the Deimos, they're rounded. These Stroud Eklunds still rounded, but they're less rounded and they fit the curve pretty nice. That's why I use them. And now, going step by step here, I'm gonna start with a Deimos Cowling 4. Behind it, 2x1 hab or 1x1 Stroud Eklund hab. On top, the Deimos Spine A4, and on the sides are your fuel tanks. M30 Ulysses HE3 tank. And then sides here are Stroud Cowling 1LAST. Above that, above your 2x1 hab on the back section, going to be a 1x1 hab. I put Deimos, you could really put Stroud Eklund, or just, yeah, you could use Stroud Eklund or Deimos. That's what I found fits the best. I don't like these Nova Galactic pieces just because they are rounded on 4 corners and the top and bottom. I use them here because it creates a gap that makes it look like the bridge of the Venator. And I would recommend only using the Nova Galactic hab pieces, or one hab piece, the top bridge, but we'll get to that later. So here's Stroud Eklund or Deimos. On your back, obviously, is your reactor, and you're using a 2x2x1 reactor, like so. You got a choice to make here. You can either put a cargo hold above it, or you can put an Ammon 3 thruster. One thruster. It needs to be a 2x2x1 thruster though. You choose, make that decision. This, at that point, is all done. Yep. Like that. Now we've only got one more section to put. And then we'll go through the paint, we'll go through weapon placements, possibly have. Front here is a Magellan C1X cockpit, galactic. Behind it directly is the 1x1 Nova Galactic hab, your choice. On top of that is your Docker. Behind it is your choice of grav drive. It is gonna probably have to be a 2x2x1 hab, or a gravity drive piece. They have 2x2x grab drives. Okay, probably not going to be able to use this guy. It's going to be too big. You won't be able to fit it unless you have, actually, yeah, if you have a 2x2x1 reactor, you can move that down to make space for a 2x2x2 grab drive if you want. Now we have this part, and on the sides, flanking it, is Deimos Wing A, port, and starboard. Now, attached, you got your Venator class Star Destroyer. And we're gonna go through the paint now. So, the painting, for the grays, you can just use the default gray. I find it works pretty accurately. Gray paint for all colors, that's all I did. For these sections, same thing. I painted some lighter pink on these third colors because there's some damage and wearing on the pictures of the inner Star Destroyer. But this is actually going to be your main red going all throughout here. So if you just want this solid red, you can use this. Design pieces here. Same color red, I just match it. Your third color orange, I just use this as well. Yeah. You can use either of these. Work pretty well. It's for coloring. Now, potential weapon placement. You have your Deimos wings either side. Your Nova cowlings you can put weapons on as well. Fine pieces here. Top of your cockpit. With an equipment plate on your grav drive. Thrusters, and bottom of, well, if you want those weapons to be hidden, that is very own Venator class Star Destroyer. See, put a auto neutron turret down here to hide it. Right.